breaks a streak of 5 consecutive ties for Charlotte FC.
And be sure and catch the scoreboard with Joe tonight at 6. WSIC weather: sunshine today with a high of 90. Overnight, clear and 68. Sunny and warmer tomorrow with a high of 93. Slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high of 93. Mike Jackson, WSIC News.
Any views expressed in this program do not necessarily represent those of WSIC.
All systems are a go.
Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your seats. Taking care of Iredell with North Carolina State Representative Jeff McNeely is about to begin. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, Iredell County. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Hey, good to be back. I went loafing last week, I ain't going to lie. You know, it's getting hot. It's about that time, so I slipped off somewhere or another. That was even hotter, but it was all right. It's good to be away for a little bit, but it's also great to be back. Hope everybody's still out there listening. Got John Hardister, representative from over in Guilford County, coming on the show this morning. And John's running for labor commissioner. Josh Dobson, who's our labor commissioner now, that took Cherry Berry's place, the lady you saw on the elevator for a bazillion years. Now you see Josh's face. Well, he's only going to look like serve 4 years. Josh decided that he needs to get home, and he's talked it over with his wife, and Josh has done a great job so far. And we're going to hate him not being there, but we know there's other people running that are very qualified, and John Hardister's one of them. So we get to talk to John second part of the show. Now things are going to be a little tricky today, folks, because we've introduced some breaks, and so you just have to bear with me. I'm learning this. It's hard teaching an old dog new tricks, but we'll have a hard break at like 11:15, 11:30, and 11:45 for a community update and weather and whatnot. So just bear with us, and we'll go straight to the end of the hour. So if anybody like to call in, 704-873-1400, give us a holler. Love to hear from you. Missed you from last week, so hope you're still out there listening. Real quick, while I was gone, I did get back down to Raleigh on Thursday and did some work, but missed a vote on Wednesday, but didn't do a whole lot, waiting to get enough people in. Just like myself, a lot of people are rotating in and out right now for different reasons. We've been in session since January. Some are done surgery, some are done this, some are done that. It's all over. But Roy Cooper vetoed more bills. I know, everybody's shocked. I'll let you catch your breath for a second. He's only up to about probably 90 now. Maybe he's heading for the hundreds. He's wanting to get triple digits. Hey, you know, he keeps this up. There's nobody will catch him, and nobody would want to. So one of the 3 things that he did veto, really important bills to me, and I know to y'all too, is the Fairness in Women's Sports Act. That is HB 574. I'll try to get some of these bills up on my website, jeffmcneely.com, so you can go look. But you can always put in NCGA, and it'll pull up our website, and it'll have a bill lookup, and you can do it by text, or you can remember these numbers. And this is House Bill 574. And basically what this is where we're just going to have girls playing girls, guys playing guys. If we want to have a co-ed, that's fine too. But we're not going to have guys playing in girls' sports. And to me, I think this is just common sense legislation. These ladies have worked hard, and we're not going to deny that there's a difference between men and women physically, and sports aren't always exactly fair, a lot of them. So it looks like we got a caller. All right, we're going to take it. Joe, go ahead and bring him on. Hey, this is Representative Jeff McNeely. Who we got?
Hey, Jeff, this is William. How you doing this morning?
William, I'm doing good, sir. How are you?
I'm glad to hear you had a good time off. You need a vacation from your vacation.
I've had people tell me, we had an old guy used to work for us. When we go on vacation, he come back and said, you might as well take off 3 or 4 more days. You done got sorry. So that may be how it is. Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Right. But Roy Cooper, yeah, he keeps vetoing every sheet of paper that comes on his desk. But he did pass or signed off on the law for busting these kids on the street takeover stuff. So at least he does have a little bit of common sense.
Well, we had a couple of Democrats
I shouldn't
push that, and that's why he did it.
Talk too loud. I shouldn't talk too loud about it. Back when I was that age, I used to race cars and everything, but we always did it in a secluded area, and this is 35, 40 years ago, and there wasn't near the traffic on the road as there is now.
Well, we always tried not to get caught. These people don't seem to care.
Well, that was it. That was it, That was it. But anyway, I'm glad to see that he did it. They need to take their cars away from them and sell them, and then use the money that they sell the cars with to help keep them up while they're sitting on a cot with 2 hots, because Sheriff in this Iredell County doesn't give out 3 hots anymore. He just gives out 2 hots.
Yeah, they're not doing a lot, so they don't need a lot of extra food.
Well, anyway, I talked to the governor in Cornelius a couple weeks ago, and I thought it was the case, but I didn't know for sure, but he confirmed it. That I-77 toll road thing was farmed out to a foreign company, Spain, and so we don't see any of the revenue that's collected off of that for tolls.
That's right.
And I thought maybe that might be a help for you guys with these projects coming up with the Brawley School Road, and the Highway 150 and all that. That if we could have got some of that revenue that's generated off of the I-77 toll roads, that might help towards that project. But that's shot because we don't see any of that money.
Yeah. The whole thing started under easily, but in Bev Purdue, they just spent themselves broke. And they couldn't even finish 485. And so Centra come along and said, hey, we'll loan you the money to finish 485 if you'll let us do toll lanes on 77 that was in the planning. And so, to get 485 done for Charlotte, everybody sold everybody else's soul. And so there you go. And I mean, this is pretty simple. Just looking at what happened. North Carolina did a bad job, and that's one of the reasons the Democrats, after about 150 years, got voted out and the Republicans got voted in. People had just had enough of poor management. We're seeing it on the federal level. I hope they're sick and tired of that too. So. Yeah,
I agree with you, Jeff. I agree with you wholeheartedly. But I just, I thought I'd throw that in there. But I'd like to say that the governor, he was opposed to it. I mean, the mayor in Cornelius, he was opposed to the toll road. He knew that they weren't going to see any of the money because of the fact that it had been farmed out to a foreign company. So we're paying all that money. We're paying to that foreign company for them to come in here and do it. When, in my opinion, they could have kept it in-house. They could have kept local jobs for local people here to reconfigure I-77. And by the way, that thing was behind times anyway. It's been needing to be done 25 years ago, or plus. Well,
that's like I said, they continued to stay broke because they're spending all the money down east. You can go down to the eastern part of the state, and there's 6-lane highways to nothing everywhere. It just,
Yeah, in my travels over the years, I've been a truck driver for over 30 years, and I'll tell you what, it's a whole lot easier. Even with them opening up 485 in Charlotte, it's still easier to navigate around in Raleigh than it is Charlotte.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Yeah, I was actually on the I-77 toll lane commission trying to fix this problem with Woody Washburn down there from Cornelius. I figure it's Woody you're talking about. So we tried and tried. We met and didn't get anywhere. So
it is bordering 2 counties. You got Iredell County and Mecklenburg County coming in together there. So it would have been seated, I guess, between the 2 counties if it would have been kept local, but still, it was just an idea, because there's a lot of money coming in, or somebody's getting a lot of money off of them toll roads.
Oh yeah.
At peak times, they charge $3, $4, $5, $6 at peak times, and you add that up with several people going through there. I mean, it adds up.
It does. Hey, William, we got a break coming, so I'm learning my new situation. But hey, I appreciate you calling in. You're right on the money, sir. I sit there and I beat that same dirt and couldn't get it done, but it is what it is. Hopefully someday we'll get away with that toll. We'll buy it back.
Well, good luck. We're behind you. We're trying to stay supportive of you, Jeff. Appreciate your work.
I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. All right, we're going to break. We'll be right back after this.
Take your favorite WSIC shows with you anytime by going to WSIC News wherever you get your podcasts.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Christmas in July is coming to downtown Mooresville. The Mooresville Downtown Commission is hosting their annual July Sales and Sip and Shop event in downtown Mooresville on July 21st. For more info, visit downtownmooresville.com. Blue Moon Productions and Center Stage Alliance present Tom Dooley, a Wilkes County legend, opening July 20th at Matt Gray Auditorium in Statesville. Enjoy a classic story here in Statesville. For more information, visit centerstagealliance.org. Do you enjoy making pottery? Kane Center for the Arts in Cornelius has Ceramics Open Studio. Select Tuesdays and Saturdays, you can become the clay artist you were always meant to be. You must register in person. For the full schedule, visit canearts.org. That's CAIN arts.org. Looking for something fun to do with your kiddo this summer? Birkdale Buds is hosting their weekly playtime in the plaza. Bring your preschool-aged children for playtime from 10:30 to 12 every Wednesday through October. Some of the activities include games, face painting, storytellers, magicians, arts and crafts, and more. There is no cost and no registration required. Bring a blanket and come join the fun. For more details, visit birkdalevillage.com. Do you like beach music, country music, blues, or rock and roll? You'll hear something you like during Statesville's Friday After 5 Summer Concert Series. On Friday, August 4th, Statesville native Danny Carr and the Skeleton Crew will be playing a free concert. The concert will be held in downtown Statesville on West Broad Street in front of the Mitchell Community College from 6 to 8:30. Have an event you'd like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
I'm Holly Vale with your WSIC forecast. Mostly sunny today with a high near 91. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 68. We'll have a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms on Tuesday with a high near 93. And partly cloudy skies for Tuesday night with a low around 70. Wednesday, we'll see partly sunny skies with a high near 92. And Wednesday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 71. I'm Holly Vale from WSIC's Weather Center.
For 41 years, your Auto Plus Auto Parts store is Johnson's Parts and Supply. Johnson's Parts provides quality auto parts, helping you to get your work done quickly. Your Auto Plus Auto Parts store is located at 1112 Shelton Avenue in Statesville. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and on Saturdays from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Closed on Sunday. Johnson's Parts, your Auto Plus Auto Parts store, located at 1112 Shelton Avenue in Statesville.
Okay. Hey, we're back learning this all out here. Hey, real quick, going to get back into what we were talking about. Call if you want to. We got a little bit of time till we go to the 11:30 break. But Parents' Bill of Rights was also vetoed. That is Senate Bill 49, if you want to try to look that up. And that actually gave the parents a whole lot more information about what's going on with their children, especially at their schools. And it also gives the schools some right in our local school boards and school systems to dictate their curriculum and the literature they want to use. There's a lot of talk right now about books that don't seem to be fit for the right ages that are being pushed upon. So this is a chance for our local school board and school systems to go ahead and put in what they want. So hoping we're going to get that overrode and get that put into law. Parents' Bill of Rights, real important. And then there's the gender transition minors, HB 808. That one there basically is saying if you're not 18, unless there's some kind of critical emergency, we're not going to transition you yet. You need to wait till you're of age to make the decision yourself and have all the different options put in front of you. These are important bills. And I know a lot of people out there have a lot of emotions about this, but before we start doing surgeries, removing things, I think that we need to make sure that the child is is aware. How about that? Is aware of all the things that are going to happen and the ramifications. And by 18, I pray they are. Real quick, Tim Scott, he's running for president. Tim's a good guy, South Carolina senator. He's ran an ad, and it seems to have really hit the mark and resonated. And I hope the Republican Party should try to relay this message heading into 24. And it goes pretty much like this. If you're able-bodied, you work. If you take out a loan, you pay it back. If you commit a violent crime, you go to jail. And if you're a man, you should play sports against men. America needs more victors and less victims. I think that's exactly what we need to do in America. Well said, Tim Scott. Well said. Some interesting things are going on right now in the U.S. House of Representatives. They have passed a $886 billion defense bill. It's got a lot of stuff in it. It's about a 5% pay raise for our service people, which is great. Also in it, though, it will not pay for any abortion activities, whether it be transportation or anything, to go get it if you're active military. We are doing that now. It will also not pay for transgender surgeries and hormone treatments. We are doing that now. It also is to eliminate DEI, and I'm not talking about Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. I'm talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion offices and personnel in the armed forces. So there's a lot of things. It'll go over to the Democrat-led Senate. I'm sure they'll rip a lot of things out. They'll try to come back and go into conference and try to work this out. But I think the House has hit the nail on the head, folks, in my opinion. These are not things that pertain to our national defense and our safety. These pertain to people that maybe enter into our military for an alternate reason other than to serve their country. Maybe it's for their country to provide different perks for them that they cannot do on their own. So I do not believe tax dollars, mine or anybody's, should pay for these things. So I'm glad to see that this bill was passed by the House. We will see where it goes. It should be pretty interesting. Now, let's get into something even a little bit more interesting. More than 800,000 older college loan borrowers will get their student debt forgiven. Now, you remember the Supreme Court here the other day shot down the Biden administration's student loan forgiveness. That was about $430 billion worth of debt we were going to forgive. But we knew right off the get-go before it ever started, and I said on this show, and everybody else has too, that it was unconstitutional. And the Supreme Court did their job and proved that it was. So now they're trying to work a backdoor method. This is from the Obama era that they've done to be able to forgive. Now, these are income-driven repayment plans, and most of them are over 20 years old. Matter of fact, I think if it's over 20 and you just got a 4-year degree, it will be forgiven. If it's over 25 years and you've got an advanced degree, got a major in something, so to me, you should be increasing in your salary as you go. I don't understand the income-driven repayment plan. For what happens there is it allows you to obviously offset your income with buying automobiles, buying houses, having more children, acquiring more debt. Then it's looked at as you pay less. These people chose to go to college. They obviously chose the major they took. And I meant to say master's a second ago, but evidently a master's, maybe even a PhD at 25. If by the time they are 47 years old, roughly, 42 to 47 years old, somewhere in there, and they're not making the salary, they can go ahead and try to start making more payments on this. I question why they went to school. I question what's going on. I question some of their spending. Now, also in this, understand that these same people that are going to be forgiven got credit for the time period, which was close to over 2 years, that no payments were forced to be made during the pandemic. So the last 2 years of their 20, counts towards you, but didn't pay nothing. This is going to be about $39 billion that they're going to write off. I have a pretty tough time with this, even though it's only $39 billion. You love it how people say, oh, it's only $39 billion. Well, that's quite a bit. That's a lot, in my opinion. So now we're going to go ahead, and some of the crazy things in this is a lot of these people took on more debt during the time they didn't have to pay on their student loans. And that is leading also to some forgiveness. So when they didn't have to pay money on their student loans, they went and bought cars and borrowed money on them. Maybe bought some other stuff. Who knows? Whatever it is, though, it's affected their income. And so with that being said, they basically borrowed their way out of having to pay back something they borrowed. Unique. Only in America. Only in America can you do this. So I just find this pretty hard to swallow, in my opinion, what we've got going on here. If you make a loan, you pay the loan back. That's the deal. That was the deal that you made with the bank. It doesn't matter if it's 20, doesn't matter if it's 25 years, whatever the debt is. Mortgages are 30. You pay the debt back. You don't expect somebody else to relieve you of this, the American public, the rest of us. Not with a $32 trillion national deficit. No, we don't do that. So, interesting times. Tucker Carlson is raising money to start a new media company. Stay tuned on this. It will be a conservative media. He's already doing podcasts, I understand, and right now I think you can watch them on YouTube or trailers. I think you might have to do a subscription if you want to see more. But Tucker's not disappeared, y'all. He's not on Fox, but he's not gone. So this should be an interesting time. We'll see how much money he raised. They say he's going to have to take probably about $250 to $300 million to get this network off the ground, this media. So interesting how this will work out. Also want you to know that, once again, our beloved Governor, Roy Cooper, is trying to do what we call a backtrack right now. He's wanting us, since we're slow on getting our budget resolved, and I'll admit we should be doing a faster job at it, but we're wanting to make sure we get it right. There's a tax package involved in this, and I think we're seeing too fast of an escalation of removing the amount of tax that you will pay. We're going to work it down, but I think it's moving too fast, and we're going to have a deficit gap probably in 26, 27, 28 that we can project, pretty large one in the billions. And so we need to keep our triggers in, and the triggers are something that we call whenever something doesn't quite achieve. So if the economy goes into recession, that will trigger an event where we will not proceed as fast on lowering the personal and income of corporation tax in North Carolina. Losing my voice a little bit. Luckily, we're getting close to the break. So now Roy Cooper wants us to release Medicaid expansion from the budget, because that's the way we passed it. It will not go into effect until the budget's into effect. And so now he wants us to release it so we can go ahead and get that into effect. Yeah. And then there's no way in the world we're going to get him to sign this budget. But, you know, this is all political rhetoric right now from Roy Cooper, which is pretty typical. And we're hearing pretty much the same rhetoric coming out of Josh Stein, who's wanting to try to follow him. But we hope that won't happen. I pray it won't happen, because North Carolina can't stand for that to happen. So we'll see how this goes in the primary. He might actually get challenged. We'll hope that will happen. Maybe Josh Stein won't be the nominee from the Democratic Party, and I don't know who would be, but I can tell you right now he's not our answer for sure. So we're getting ready to go to our break here at 11:30. Going to have Representative John Hardister come on, talk to us about him running for labor commissioner. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. All right, see ya.
Local news and weather now on the new 105.9. News Talk Now.
I'm Mike Jackson.
All right, cool. Let me bring him. Hey, John, you there?
I'm here.
All right, hold tight. We got a little commercial time, but I wanted to make sure you was on probably about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, but we'll get to you. You just hold tight.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. See you. Bye.
Gas station early this morning, according to police. Police say officers responded to the 800 block of Bragg Boulevard to a reported shooting in the area. After arriving, they found a woman suffering from a gunshot wound in the parking lot of the Valero gas station. Danielle Gulcher, 19 of Hope Mills, was pronounced dead at the scene. An investigation is ongoing and does not appear to be random. Now with a look at sports, here's WSIC Sports Director Joe Berg.
Over the weekend, star wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins signed with the Tennessee Titans. Also, NASCAR action from New Hampshire was rained out last night. The Cup race will begin Monday at 1 p.m.
WSIC weather, sunshine today with a high of 90. Overnight will be clear with a low of 68. Sunny and warmer tomorrow with a high of 93. Slight chance of rain Wednesday. Sunny with a high of 93. Mike Jackson, WSIC News.
Hey, this is Jeff McNeely. We hope you go out and visit the fine folks at G&M Milling Company in downtown beautiful Lowray, North Carolina. That's 4000 Taylorsville Highway, 704-873-5758. Give them a call or go visit for all your livestock needs, as far as feed or seed or whatever. They'll be glad to help you out. They're really good folks. I've known them for a long, long time. Go visit G&M Milling, 4000 Taylorsville Highway, Lowray, North Carolina.
Learn how thousands of smart homeowners are investing about $1 to avoid expensive home repair bills. John, a former non-customer, said, "My air conditioner broke and I had to spend $1,900 to fix it." Jeff, a customer, wrote, "My air conditioner broke and I got a new one at no out-of-pocket cost." Mary, a former non-customer, wrote, "My heating system stopped running. I had to spend $3,000 to get a new one." Lisa, a customer, wrote, "My heater stopped working. I got it fixed at no out-of-pocket cost." For about $1 a day, you can have all the major appliances and systems in your home guaranteed fixed or replaced. Call now. If the lines are busy, please call back.
Call the Home Warranty Hotline now at 800-610-2650. 800-610-2650. 800-610-2650. That's 800-610-2650.
Folks, you know Randy Marion sells vehicles the King of Price way, but did you know our service department? We service vehicles the King of Price way. We sell tires, we sell brakes, we sell batteries, we sell the maintenance. We help you keep your vehicle on the road safe, ready to drive. Whatever the season is, Randy Marion Service Departments have you covered. Come see us today because, folks, again, you know we sell the King of Price way and we do service the King of Price way.
King of Price, RandyMarionStatesville.com.
Hi, this is Susan. I'm excited to let you know that Lake Mountain Coffee is now available for private events. Our beautiful historic building with its 360-degree mezzanine has hosted many private parties, catered diners, and even an actual wedding. Please contact Andy at 704-252-1886 for more information. Thank you so much.
For 41 years, your Auto Plus Auto Parts store is Johnson's Parts and Supply. Johnson's Parts provides quality auto parts, helping you to get your work done quickly. Your Auto Plus Auto Parts store is located at 1112 Shelton Avenue in Statesville, open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and on Saturdays from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., closed on Sunday. Johnson's Parts, your Auto Plus Auto Parts store, located at 1112 Shelton Avenue in Statesville.
Good morning. Enjoy that morning coffee with Justin Kazepis.
Hope, how we doing this morning?
You know, it was a little rough period there, but I'm getting my happiness back, and you're absolutely helping.
It's Good Morning LKN, weekdays 7 to 9 a.m. on WSIC.
All the news, one station. News Talk WSIC.
All right, folks, we're back with the show here. Let's see if we can get our guest to come up. Joe, bring him on. Hey, John Hardester, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I got you, baby. I got you. All right, Representative John Hardester, how are you this morning?
I'm doing great. It's Monday, and I'm getting my week off to a pretty good start. I can't complain.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Hey, John, tell everybody who is John Hardester. Who are you? What do we need to know about you?
Well, from Guilford County, born and raised, and my background is in real estate development and worked for a mortgage company. Got a small business background. I was elected to the House of Representatives in 2012, so I'm currently in my sixth term in the House and serving as a majority whip. And then I announced earlier this year that I'm running to be the next labor commissioner.
That's a big step right there. That's a big step. And, you know, it's funny, a good friend of ours who served with us, Josh Dobson, ran, and I guess it was in 20 and won. And then, I guess what now? Back at the first of the year, 5 months ago, he come out and announced that he's not going to run for 24, which kind of surprised me. I don't know if it did you or not.
Yeah, it did, Jeff. I think it was a surprise to everybody. But I understand why he's doing it. He said he wants to spend more time with his family, and he lives a pretty long way from the state capital, so he's on the road a lot. And, you know, I think he wants to do something different, and he's done a great job. But, yeah, I think that was a surprise to a lot of us.
And now, some of your committees, I know the one I think you chair, and you may chair another one, I know, but I know universities and colleges, you chair that, so kind of have a lot to do with the UNC system. So I know you're very familiar with the struggles and the power struggles that happen inside our college UNC system. Yeah.
So the universities committee is very important because, you know, we help oversee the UNC system. There's 16, higher education campuses. And, of course, lately we've had a lot of attention on the system related to the affirmative action ruling, and I'll be going to the Board of Governors meeting coming up this Wednesday to see what kind of protocols the staff is rolling out to ensure that they follow the Supreme Court ruling.
And not to get too far off, because we want to talk about your run for labor commissioner, but I saw something where the president of the UNC Chapel Hill's come out and basically said that if you make less than $80,000 a year, your family or your parents or whatever, they're going to offer free tuition to UNC Chapel Hill. And I thought, well, that's great. Wonder where they're going to get the money or the funding to do that. And Has anything been brought forth to us or to y'all, your committee, about this, or is this just a pie in the sky want?
You know what? That's the multi-million-dollar question right there.
Yes,
The problem is, we don't really know at this time, and I've spoken with staff over at UNC Chapel Hill, and they said those funds are going to come from philanthropy and from existing funds, and when I asked for further detail, they didn't have it. So that's certainly a concern. And also I'll point out, too, that we have need-based scholarships in North Carolina that we fund in the General Assembly to help lower-income families access higher education. So it seemed like it was done in a way that was very hasty, and, it's concerning because at this time we don't know how it's going to be paid for, and certainly our committee is going to try to get answers to that.
Well, I felt like it was kind of a knee-jerk reaction to the Supreme Court's decision because, Carolina was singled out, it and Harvard. But, everybody else was involved in it too, but those are the main two listed in the lawsuit where they felt like there was some kind of a, more issue with admissions at those schools than some of the other ones, but do know that it's been there before. And so, when you're favored to one group, you obviously unfavor to another group. And where's the even playing field at? That's the question. Where's the even playing field at? So I'll be curious to figure out how we're going to do this. We actually reduced tuition at Western Carolina, I think Elizabeth City State, maybe it was Pembroke. Seemed like there might have been one other one there for a while because they were under tuition. But we went about doing that legislatively. We just didn't come up with free tuition if you made less than a certain amount. I kind of thought like, this is interesting. So, okay, we'll see where that goes. Let's get back on what we really want to talk about. We got about 5 minutes, and we're going to take a little break and then come back and finish the show. We go right to 12 o'clock today. So, why in the world do you want to be labor commissioner other than you'd like to see your face in every elevator in North Carolina? That's always the real reason. We know that. What's the other one?
Yeah, I get that. I get that question a lot, Jeff. Truth be told, it'll take me a long time to get used to seeing my picture in the elevator. In fact, I was on the elevator this morning and thought about that. It'd be a strange feeling, but the truth is it's a very important position. You need someone in the office who understands business because that's what you deal with. You deal with workforce development, safety in the workplace, inspections for not only elevators, but escalators, mines, boilers, quarries, H2A housing. You get that with your background in agriculture, and also amusement rides like the what you just heard about down in Carowin.
Yep. It really does. I mean, people don't realize how the Department of Labor touches their lives in so many different ways. And everybody wants to say, well, and you've heard talk about OSHA, which is your Occupational Safety Hazard Administration or agency. And everybody thinks that's federal, but it's state because the federal issues it out to the state to perform these inspections basically for them. So really OSHA's state board department and the Department of Labor. So you've got those inspections, that go all over. And if there's an accident or even before the accident, out trying to make sure, be proactive that the workplace is safe.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and that's really important. And you want to have inspectors that have common sense. You have to have a commissioner that has common sense in how we do that. As conservatives, you don't want to overregulate, but at the same time, we want to keep people safe. And so you want to bring a comprehensive, common sense approach to doing that. And you want inspectors that are collaborative, that are there at the facility to provide a fair assessment. And bring a common sense approach to it, just like we've done in the General Assembly. The conservative approach that we brought to growing our economy and cutting taxes and being pro-business. You need someone in the Labor Department who has that same mindset.
Well, and I know with Cherryberry and then going on to Josh Dobson, that one of the things that I always watch her beware of when somebody new takes over an agency after somebody's been there for a long time, they tend to want to expand it, grow it. We need more people. And I'm sure just like every other government department right now, your Department of Labor's understaffed. But I do know this under Josh, and I feel like this will happen with you also. You'll take what you have and you'll manage it to the best of your abilities, and you'll get the job done. And I know that with watching you work some with the UNC system, trying to corral them in because they kind of feel like they're their own entity, that they don't really answer to the legislature or anybody, but they do. And so once again, you'll have to figure that out. And I have a lot of faith in you being able to do that. I think you have the skill set, John.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. And that's a good point. You need someone who can manage those funds efficiently. I would never come to you in the General Assembly and ask for something related to funding unless I felt like it was absolutely necessary. Another thing, too, that's really important about it is we all remember how the governor shut the state down for a very long period of time.
Yeah.
Right. With shutting down schools and businesses. Well, as you know, we changed the law on that. So for the governor to do that beyond 30 days, it has to go before the Council of State. And I can say categorically that I would not support any effort to shut down businesses or certainly to shut our schools down, after what we've experienced with the, learning loss and the impact to our economy.
Yeah. We're wiser now than we were, but I wish we were wiser then and not allowed this to happen. But, it took legislation, like you said, to take some of the power out of the governor's hands. Nobody needed that have that much power. So we got to take a break right now. Just hold with me, John. We'll be back in about 2 minutes, actually, and then we'll get you. All right, hold tight.
Something for everyone.
Yeah, can I talk to him? All right. Hey, John, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I got you. All right. We're just going to go on a little break. We've got a new format. Usually I used to just get to run till like 11:56, but they wanted to put like a commercial little thing in, so we'll be back here. Just bear with me. What all do you want to talk about in the second part? Anything in particular?
Well, whatever you want to go with is good with me. Anything on your radar?
Okay. What I'll do, I'm going to try to keep it labor, and we'll keep it in the labor category. So we'll talk maybe about the OSHA side of it and the proactive part, how you think that we should be more proactive, go out, not fine, but help people get their workplaces safe, which is something that actually Josh has implemented, and you can just champion it. So we'll talk about that, because I've had that happen at my place, So we'll talk about that then. All right. Let me see if I can. How much more time we got, Joe? Wow, it's a long break. We're learning this. This is my first show with these breaks, so just bear with me. Usually we just have a long break in the middle at 11:30 and then come back. Yeah. Okay. All right. And that took forever. The community's obviously getting more active. What you going to do with this week off now? This surprise. If I'd have known this 3 months ago, I'd have planned my vacation different. I'd have been there last week, darn it.
I know, yeah. Well, this gives me a little bit of time to knock out a little bit of work at home and, travel around to some events. I'm not sure about Iredell today. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Did you get up with Gary? Was you able to communicate with him at all? He's a little different.
I've got what you sent me. I'm going to give him a call. In fact, I'll call him after the show, talk to him.
Okay, do that. Yeah, we'd love to have you. If it don't work this time, we can get you next month or the next. Just want to get you in. So you just let me know, and I'll keep feeding you dates.
Right.
This one here, we usually don't meet this week, so it kind of messed me up. So anyway, we're like I said, we're figuring this new guy out too. I don't know, but it's interesting. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that story.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. With all that stuff with the school board crap y'all went through. So yeah.
Oh yeah, we're still dealing with that.
Bring it up in my earpiece, just so I can hear where we're at.
North Carolina.
Okay. Well, that's my commercial.
Quality Car Care at 2040 Old Mountain Road is your local Toyota specialist and a licensed NC inspection station. View their pre-owned inventory at QualityCarCareStatesville.com. 704-902-7678.
Where the heart of Lake Norman lives. WSIC. News, talk, now.
All right, folks. We're back here with John Hardis, a representative from over in Guilford County, and he's running for the Department of Labor commissioner. So talking with him. John, you still with me?
Yeah, man, I'm still here.
Something that I think really started under Cherry Berry and then Josh Dobson, like I said, has implemented it more. And me and you, we've kind of talked on this. The OSHA side of this, the occupational safety at the workplace, they started more proactive stuff where you can actually contact the Department of Labor, and they'll come in and they'll review your place, not looking to fine you. Now, I guess if you're doing crazy crap, they might stop you, but as long as, if they would come in and they would assess your workplace and tell you some of the things that you need to fix. And I know we kind of talked about that, and I think you want to even expand on that program because, you talked about wanting to be more proactive in this.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So the department's done a great job under the leadership of Commissioner Berry and now Dobson of being proactive about those safety training protocols. They actually have videos that you can access and materials that they put out that companies can access. And then, like you said, they can bring inspectors in just for a visit, kind of a touch base kind of scenario to proactively figure out, well, what are some of the things that we could do and policies that we can put into place for safety and reduce liabilities. A good example is what's happening in Carowinds now with the roller coaster that was damaged Commissioner Dobson is looking at that to figure out, well, how can we, proactively help, and what are some of the things that, the business can do so that they can self-inspect and try to catch things like that, before something bad were to happen.
I got tickled. I saw the crack. They showed the crack on the news, and then they showed like a repair to it, and I swear it looked like they put duct tape on it. So I don't think y'all passed that. I think then they had to shut it down. I don't think the old duct tape trick worked, which really surprised me.
I don't think that's going to cut it.
Yeah, really surprised me because most of my business is held together by that and caulk, but not just teasing. But anyway, so that didn't work out. And I guess right now you can go on the NCDOL, North Carolina Department of Labor website, and pull up these trainings and also get a lot of different things on there that are going to tell you. And I know you're big on technology and like that stuff because you're younger than me. I've watched you. You're pretty good with it. So I'm sure one of your plans, and we kind of mentioned on that, you're going to probably enhance and try to expand their website and make it as user-friendly as possible, because that's a lot of times what happens in our state. Our websites are not very user-friendly.
Yeah, we're going to use the best IT experts that we can access for that exact purpose of enhancing, the website and the content on it, social media, things like that, and materials, digital materials that businesses can access that are helpful, and keep the content updated.
And also, like I said, there's a whole lot of stuff going on that we don't realize that the Department of Labor does. And I actually think that its role tends to keep expanding as our commerce changes. But safety's always at the issue, but also the employer and employee relationship and the ability to them communicate back and forth. And I know a lot of different times the Department of Labor has had to step in and help what we'll call negotiate or own the negotiations to be that middle person, that mediator. And so I know that's going to be a challenge going forward too. We see all these different ones. I think UPS is talking about doing a strike. We see the Writers Guild. Now that's not really affecting North Carolina, the Writers Guild and whatnot, and the actors. But yet that's still things that seem to be coming to the forefront. You have a lot of different labor issues. I know we've had a heck of a time with the dock workers on the West Coast, and they say there's been some grumbling on the East Coast, but luckily North Carolina's not a unionized state to a point, but there is unions in here. We are still a right-to-work state, and I know that's one thing we've talked about, wanting to be able to keep that, make sure that doesn't get taken away, because I think that's really important for business, especially ones moving here. I think they enjoy that, the right-to-work part in our general statutes.
Yeah, that's been very beneficial for us as far as recruiting more business and industry into North Carolina, being a right-to-work state where you can't have unions, but you can't be compelled or forced to join or pay union dues. It's a choice that the worker has to make. And you're exactly right about as more industries come in, there's going to be even more responsibilities for the Department of Labor. Like, for example, Toyota is building a major battery manufacturing facility, in Guilford and Randolph County, and that's something the Department of Labor is going to be very involved in, and safety issues related to that. And one other thing I did want to mention is workforce development.
Yeah,
the labor commissioner sits on the board of the community college system, and I know you're a big fan of vocational skills and trade skills and things like that. And
critical.
That's something where the labor commissioner can have a lot of influence on that as well.
Yeah, that to me, our community college system is really just an unknown treasure to a point. We don't really tap into it as. And they're doing a great job. Don't get me wrong on that, but I think there's so much more we could use and do with it to help with workforce development. And you're exactly right. We got ranked for the second year in a row, which I always think is kind of funny because I consider ourselves a conservative state. Maybe some people think we're purple, but we got ranked for the second year in a row, number one to do business in the whole United States. And so don't tell me people ain't going to see that and say, I think we may ought to look at North Carolina to relocate from the craziness in California or the taxes in New Jersey and New York or whatever. And so businesses are coming. And with that, we'll need more labor, whether it be homegrown or brought in or whatever. So now's the time that we really do need to make sure we have our community college system rolling and at 100% efficiency, or as close as we can get that. Government, you'll never achieve that, but we hope that's our hope. So, yeah, you're exactly right. I think workforce is going to be critical, going forward next, I don't know how many years. You can say 10, 20, 30, forever. So, knowing that you're involved in that's a good thing. And working with the universities, it also includes working with the community college side of it, because they're kind of hooked together arm in arm, in my opinion.
Yeah, they really do. One thing that we want to do as well, this is part of our platform, is to have a task force that is formed by the Department of Labor, where we have members who are appointed who are from the private sector from all across the state, who can provide input and feedback on what kind of policies we could put in place to recruit businesses, to enhance our workforce. And then what we will do is we'll aggregate all that and then bring that to the General Assembly, so you all can look at, taking some action and have feedback that came from the various industries across the state.
Well, I think that's a great idea. I think the more that you can get the private sector involved and hear the feedback from them, the more that you can figure out where the real problems are. I always say one of the biggest things with government is we tend to look at something and we think about a problem in a totally different way, and we usually don't always solve it. Sometimes we actually make it worse. And so having the input from private industry, letting us know where they see the bottlenecks, hopefully would give us a clue of where we need to go and work and fix. So I think that's going to be a great idea also. So I like the way that sounds. Well, let's talk a little bit about the political side of the campaign. I know you've been traveling the state, going back and forth. Do we have a website up? I'm sure we do, I bet you. What do we got? We got a website, Facebook, you name it, we got it.
Yeah, all the above. So the website's johnhardister.com.
All right,
John, J-O-N.
That's what I was going to say. We need to make sure spell your whole name, because it's a little different from what people may say.
Yeah, so it's John, J-O-N, Hardister, H-A-R-D-I-S-T-E-R.
Okay. So type that in, and you'll pull up the website, johnhardister.com, I guess, and Facebook, John Hardister for Labor, or how's that title go?
If you go on Facebook, you can search for John Hardister. It'll come up that way, and we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we got our website. And if anyone has questions, we're not hard to track down.
All right. Well, cool. I know we're off this week, kind of no votes. That doesn't mean we're still not working, because God knows we do. But we got any plans to travel across the state or get anywhere? Just going to try to get a little I's dotted and T's crossed.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of traveling, actually. I mean, we were just up in Buncombe County, Transylvania County over the weekend, and before that, we were down at the coast in Brunswick and New Hanover and Craven. And this weekend coming up, we're going to be in Davidson and Forsyth.
That's close.
So we're getting out there. I tell you what, it's a big state.
It is a big state. Well, John, good luck with your run for Labor Commissioner. Appreciate all you do in the House. And we're not going to get much done this week, it looks like. I won't get to see you probably, but hopefully I'll get to see you next week. So be good. And if I can help you anyway, let me know. And folks, John Hardister for Labor Commissioner. So take a look. Go on the website. John, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you having me on.
Oh, no problem. See you now. Bye.
Take care.
All right, dear. Let's go ahead and go to prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, dear Lord, we just thank you. Thank you for people willing to run. It is a big state, and I pray you protect them and their families. Pray you watch over us all and give us wisdom and guidance. I pray all this in your holy, precious Son, Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Folks, see you next week.
You've been listening to North Carolina Representative Jeff McNeely. Join Jeff again next Monday morning at 11:05 for Taking Care of Iredell on News Talk WSIC.
The new 105.9, 100.7 WSIC, Statesville, Mooresville, North Charlotte.